So now I actually have 4 pieces of the map, so we only have 3 more pieces to go. Now after we're told that we have 4 pieces of the map, we can actually pick the next level, which the next level is Egypt. Not really much needs to be said about it. We're going to have to deal with sand and stuff. It kind of reminds me of Pharaoh Man's level from Mega Man 4. Probably a lot of the same stuff was actually used, I think, by Capcom in that level that was reused in DuckTales 2 here. Now we fall through the hidden floor here, and we come over here and we can use our cane to knock out a few rocks, and as well as get a couple of chests. In this level, we do not have a pogo upgrade. That's actually in the level after this one. But we do have, of course, a piece of the treasure map, as well as we have one of the 2 special hidden treasures in this level. Now, the puzzle to actually get the piece of the map is actually pretty cool. We actually are told a hint about it right there if we want to talk to one of our nephews here. But what it is you have to hit the get the pogo jump on the numbers a certain amount of time. Now, we start off with number 1, we have to jump on that one 3 times, the number 3 twice, the number 4 we have to jump on once, and then the number 2 we have to jump on 4 times. And then the thing opens up and gives us our 5th piece of the treasure map. In my opinion, this is actually one of the better levels to build up your money count if you're actually interested in doing that in this game, even though it's not really overall important and doesn't give you any of the, doesn't give you a special ending or anything like it did in the first game. Springboard over here, just like the first game. Unfortunately, if you accidentally walk on someone or jump on someone, you have to listen to their little text speech real quick, but you can skip through it easily. I wish there was just a button to talk to them instead of actually just as soon as you make contact with them, you actually go into the dialogue scene. We're going way up here, springboard off there, to get up here to grab this treasure chest for another diamond. Go over to the right here, take out these blocks to get to this treasure chest for another one. Now over here, what we're going to do is springboard up, springboard off the snake to get over the quicksand a lot easier. If we actually had the 3rd cane upgrade from the next level after this one, we could have been able to pull that little column there in order to enter that area below there, which would have taken us to another area for some extra stuff, but it's not needed in order to get the other treasures or a piece of the treasure map, so it really wasn't necessary. But most people would probably do the Island of Moo level first before doing this one, just to grab that upgrade to help you out at that point, but there's not a whole lot down there to really garner doing them out of order, and I just felt like doing the stages in the order that they're labeled in the game. Now I go over here and grab those diamonds there, and it takes us back to where Launchpad was located. Springboard once again off the snake, over the quicksand. Now pogo back up. Now instead of heading to the right this time, we're going to continue up. And now while we're here, what we're going to do is we're going to go left, springboard off the rock to take us up here, which is going to take us to a room, and we're going to have to drag this mirror over to reflect the light into this little area that opens up a hole and takes us to our first of the 2 special hidden treasures that's located throughout the game. Now as we go down, we go back here, it takes us to this treasure chest we saw earlier with the quicksand. Go over, get away from that snake, pogo off of him to get up. Now that we got all the items from this level, it's time to make our way to the boss area. As I go up here, I'm going to have to go to the right here now. Pogo up to grab on and pull this down in order for the platform to be lowered so we can get up onto it. Have to do this again right over here. Pull it down. And now over this wall right here is into the boss room. Now this boss is actually really easy, in my opinion. He comes out, launches a lightning bolt at you, and then goes right back into quicksand. But since he descends so slowly, and sometimes he actually jumps onto the platform, it allows you to easily pogo off of his head to do damage to him. Just like all the other bosses, 5 easy hits. He's done, the treasure appears, we grab it, and now we're off to the ancient hidden island, or ancient continent, of Moo. Now our score's gonna rack up, take us back to the shop where I'll actually be able to purchase the 2nd of our health upgrades, for a total of 750,000. Grab that. Now, even though the shop will come up, I really don't need to buy anything unless you need some extra lives, which is cool that it gives really a meaning to having all the extra money. You actually can use it in this game. Now here is our 4th level. Now this level is under the indication that, you know, there's some debate, of course, where the ancient continent, where Atlantis and all that stuff was located. This one goes under the assumption that it was near Easter Island. As you can see, we have the Easter Island statues, but they have duckbills, which is kind of humorous, actually. We'll go over. Now, in this little area, gonna knock the one rock out to use the other one. Now, the real importance of that isn't really the treasure chest, but to come up here, and that's where Gyro is located to give us our third and final cane upgrade that allows us to drag certain blocks that we wouldn't be able to normally drag. Now, I think I already mentioned it, but one of the cool things about this level is you actually have to solve a puzzle in order to raise the island that you're on, in order to lower water levels in certain places, which is the location of the hidden map piece as well as the hidden treasure. Now, as we're going to actually go down here, we'll actually see the solution to the puzzle, but of course, you're really kind of confused by that because you're not sure exactly what that all means. You have like these 3 green blocks and you have 2 like orange blocks. But when I get to the area with the puzzle, you'll actually easily be able to tell what they were used for. Now to get to the puzzle, what you have to do is go over here, talk to Launchpad, tell him no, but then jump up into this wall and it takes us to this area, which is very similar to that other area where we saw him. And what you gotta do is you gotta drag the 2 blocks into those 2 specific holes where the orange blocks were located. The ground shakes a bit, and now as you can see, the island will rise. And after doing so, we go back to the level, and now water levels, as you can already tell, have dropped. Had we not lowered the water level or risen the island, there's an area we wouldn't be able to reach. That area I mentioned is actually down here with this chain. Had you come over here before getting rid of the water, you wouldn't be able to access this area. Not only would there have been water, but there also would have been spikes. But by coming down here, we find our second of the 2 special hidden treasures that's located throughout the game. And then we have this very large area that we have to keep hitting these rocks in order to make our way through this. And as you can guess, as we will make it to the end of this area, we will find the location of our next piece of the map, which will be our 6th piece, in which case we only need 1 more piece of the map in order to find the special, lost hidden treasure that's kind of like the subplot of this game. Now this part is probably the most annoying of all the little tiny puzzles and stuff in the game, just because it takes so long to maneuver your way through and break all the blocks and take them out. And when you get here, you gotta make sure you jump up in order to take out the blocks in order to get up to the treasure chest. Once you have the piece, you want to take the upper route here because you won't be able to go through the lower route to get back because you wouldn't be able to take out certain blocks. So you go up this path, and as you can already see also that all the blocks that I did pass at first and went through and broke them all, they all respawn when you go over to the right, so that's another reason why this little area is a bit of a pain to deal with. Now I need to pogo through the last couple blocks here, and now that we got all the hidden stuff in this level, it's time that we can now head to the boss. Use the hooks here, go over the crab, watch out for the gaps here so we don't fall in. Now go over here, grab these treasure chests right here. Now I'm going to work my way up this chain. Head to the left, and we now are time for the boss. Now this boss is probably one of the other harder ones in the game, as well as the more unique ones as well. We have like this suit of armor. And what he does is he launches his hand at you, and his other attack is he stomps and the blocks fall from the ceiling. And what you gotta do is when the blocks fall from the ceiling, he drops 3 of them every time, as you can see. 1 won't break, and yet they kick that one or knock that one over to him, hit it with your cane, and then it exposes his weak spot, which you can then use to deal damage to him. Now, just like all the other ones, 5 hits is going to take him out, but it's a matter of being able to get the blocks over there while dodging the other stuff. I do find, however, one of the best ways to get him to keep stomping is to head far away from him. Be on the opposite side of him. Sometimes he'll seemingly stomp more, but it's completely random when he'll do it and when he won't. Knock this last one over for him, and there we go. He's done. Leaves us our treasure of the random, plate, scripture-esque thing. Not sure what it is, but we grab it, stage clear, and now we only have 1 level left to go. Now, in our next level, the final level of the game, when we find the last treasure piece, it actually automatically takes us to the hidden dungeon, or the special hidden area, where like the secret treasure is located, in which case then we will have to go back and then redo this level I'm about to do, and fight the actual boss of this level. Now this is like a haunted mansion, or a haunted castle, in Scotland. I guess they couldn't go 2 games, you know, they had to have both games, had to have at least one haunted level. But the enemies are completely different, for the most part, from the Transylvania level, as well as we have a lot of other different things to deal with. Now, unlike the first game, there's a lot more of like moving platforms and different little puzzle traps to get through than there was in the previous game, which makes it a little bit more of a challenge. And also shows more of a polish to the game overall. It also graphically looks a little bit better, but of course that was the difference between, you know, I think 1989 and 1993 of the NES era. Now use that to block right there to bring down. We saw those actually in the Egypt level, but using that to get up here to find these treasure chests. Take out these blocks to continue on to the right. Now I need to hit these in order to get down here to this block area. To pull this, it opens up a hidden block, in which case we can jump on it and head over to the right. Now right here, I